Most games have some kind of health system, which is often displayed as a UI number, big hearts, or in games like Street Fighter, Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon, a progress bar which decreases upon taking damage. Hi everyone, Shallow Glitch here. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make a simple health bar system using Unity and C#. By the end of this video, you should have a health bar which displays how much health the player currently has with a visual indication that the player has been damaged, and a way to damage and heal the player. Let's start by right clicking in the hierarchy and click Canvas. This will create a canvas game object. A canvas in Unity is a place where we store all our game's UI elements, things such as health bars, ammo counts and menu screens. Right click this new canvas and create a new game object and call it something like Player Health Bar. Then right click this new Player Health Bar game object, go to the UI drop down and click Image. This will create a new UI image game object. Make sure to give it a name like HealthBar BG, then duplicate this image object and rename it to HealthBar Fill. Reposition the Player Health Bar game object and resize the images to a size and position that looks right to you. When you are repositioning your images, make sure that you are using the anchor presets and that you are resizing each image individually. Then, to distinguish the two image game objects, give our Health Bar Fill a different color from our Health Bar BG. Then, on the image component of our Health Bar Fill image object, make sure that the image type dropdown is set to filled and that the fill method dropdown is set to horizontal. If you want to change the direction your health bar drops, you can change that by using the fill origin dropdown. Then create a new script and give it a name like Player Health Bar. Before we do anything with this script, however, let's head into our player script and add two new variables. A public float variable called current health and another public float variable called max health. In our start function, let's make our current health variable equal to our max health variable. Then, in our update function, let's make our current health variable equal to mathf.clamp current health, 0, max health. This will constrain our current health variable so that it cannot be less than 0 or exceed our max health variable. Now we can head into our player health bar script. At the top of the script, make sure you add the Unity Engine.UI namespace. This is the namespace which let us modify our UI elements. Then, let's add three new variables. A public image variable called HealthBarImage, a public float variable called currentFill, and a public float variable called maxFill. Let's also add a reference to our player script and call it PlayerScript. This will allow us to access any public variables we have in our player script. In our start function, let's make our player health bar image variable equal to getComponentImage and our player script variable equal to findObject of type player. Then, in our update function, let's make our currentFill variable equal to playerscript.currentHealth, our maxFill variable equal to playerscript.maxHealth, and HealthBarImage.fillAmount equal to our current fill variable divided by our max fill variable. This will make it so the fill amount of the image we assign to our HealthBarImage variable equals to our current fill and max health variable, which are now equal to our current health and max health variables in our player script. Let's save our scripts and head back into Unity. Drag our player health bar script onto our health bar fill image object and let's assign our health bar fill image object to our health bar image variable. Then, on our player game object in the player script, set the max health variable equal to 100. Hit play and you should now notice that our current health variable is now set to 100, and if we were to lower it, the green fill of the health bar will lower as well. This is just the basic setup for a health bar. However, at the moment it is a bit bland. So how about we add some kind of visual indication showing how much damage the player has taken. First, let's duplicate our health bar fill image object and recolor it so it's different from the original. Let's also give it a different name, something like health bar damage, and reposition it above the health bar fill image object in the hierarchy. This will put it behind the health bar fill image object in the scene. Let's head back into our script and change a few things about how our script works. Let's start by turning our health bar image variable into an array by adding square brackets after the image data type. I've also renamed the HealthBar image variable to HealthBar images, as I find it helpful to pluralize my arrays. Once that's done, create a new public float variable called chipSpeed. In our start function, we need to now change the HealthBar image equals getComponentImage to HealthBar images equals getComponentInChildren image. We'll also need to add underneath a for-each method with the condition of image img in HealthBar images, and we need to make sure that img enabled equals true. This will call each image variable which we put into our array. In our update function, change HealthBar image to HealthBar images, and afterwards in square brackets put 2. Underneath, let's make an if statement with the condition of HealthBar images square brackets 1 dot fill amount greater than HealthBar images square brackets 2 dot fill amount. And in this if statement, type HealthBar images square brackets 1 dot fill amount minus equals time dot delta time times chip speed. Then, make an else if statement with the condition of HealthBar images square brackets 1 dot fill amount less than HealthBar images square brackets 2 dot fill amount. And in this else if statement, type HealthBar images square brackets 1 dot fill amount equals HealthBar images square brackets 2 dot fill amount. Save the script and head back into Unity. Once back in Unity, add the player HealthBar script onto our player HealthBar game object. You'll notice that our player HealthBar script now has an empty list. Let's add 3 new elements to our array and assign all 3 child game objects to each one. Make sure to give the chipSpeed variable some kind of value and hit play. If you were to change the current health variable on our player script, you should now see a white effect trailing behind our health bar. It'll take some testing to find the right amount of chipSpeed, so be sure to experiment until it looks right to you. Finally, let's create a way for our player to take damage and heal health. Start by making a new game object and call it Damage Cube. Give this new Damage Cube a sprite renderer component, a sprite, and change the color to red. Add a Box Collider 2D component to the Damage Cube and make sure to set the isTrigger to true. Then create a new C# script and call it something like player damage. Let's open up the script and create a serialized private float variable called damage. Let's make a new function called private void onTriggerEnter2D brackets collider2D collision. With this function, we want to check every time our damage cube game object collides with our player character. So let's make an if statement with the conditions of collision.tag equals quotation marks player. Then, in this new if statement, type collision.getComponentPlayer.takeDamage brackets damage. You'll notice that your script is displaying an error. That's because it's trying to look for a function in our player script that doesn't exist yet. So in our player script, let's make a public void function and name it takeDamage, and in brackets, let's make a float variable called damage. In this new function, type current health minus equals damage. It would also be great if we had a way to heal our player as well. So let's head back into Unity, and let's duplicate our damage cube game object, change the color, and rename it to something like health cube. Let's create another C# script and call it something like player heal. Let's open up the script and create a serialized private float variable called heal amount. Then, similar to our player damage script, let's make a new function called private void onTriggerEnter2D brackets collider2D collision, and in this function, let's have an if statement with the conditions of collision.tag equals quotation marks player. Then, in this if statement, type collision.getComponentPlayer.heal brackets heal amount. Make sure in our player script that we have a heal function to call. Make a public void function and name it heal, and in brackets, let's make a float variable called heal amount. In this new function, type current health plus equals heal amount. Save the scripts and head back into Unity. Once back in Unity, make sure that the player game object has the player tag, the damage cube game object has the player damage script and has been given a value, and that the heal cube game object has the player heal script and has been given a value. Hit play, and now when our player runs into the damage cube, they will take damage equal to the damage value we set, and if the player runs into the heal cube, they will recover health equal to the heal amount value we set. Keep in mind, this is just one way in which we can display our character's health. So be sure to keep an eye out for my next video, where I'll demonstrate how to display the character's health using hearts, seen in games like Shantae and The Legend of Zelda. If you want to see more of my content, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.